I've been around Mopars my whole life. It's a passion for me. It was a passion for my dad. He raced the cars, he collected the cars, and we've had a lot of enjoyment with them throughout the years. My business has grown from my passion for the hobby. I have one of the biggest inventories of Mopar muscle car era parts, and that's where a lot of people know me from. It's Tony from Tony's Mopar Parts. Folks also may recognize me for my appearances on the hit TV show Graveyard Cars. Throughout the years, I've also been able to collect a bunch of cool cars. While my business is buying and selling parts, I'm not in the business of buying and selling cars. So now for the first time, I'm going to make 5 of my cars available for somebody else to own and enjoy. In 2004, a customer of mine contacted me and wanted me to verify some information about the 1969 Dodge Daytona that he was interested in buying. And the reason why he was buying it was to resell the car. When he told me about the color combination, which is white with a red wing and red interior, I really fell in love with the idea of the car, even not seeing it yet, because that's a really attractive color combination. And it come to find out, it ended up being a very rare color combination also. Only 2 were produced like that with the automatic transmission. The car was sold new at St. Ann Dodge in St. Ann, Missouri. The fellow that owned the car in 1975 had some damage to the driver's door and it didn't close properly. So he sold the car to 2 brothers who stored the car in a steel Quonset hut until the year 2005. That's when my friend, he was buying the car and offered it to me. So after buying the car, I started doing what I do, which is collect all the parts for the car. I already had a little stash of parts that I keep for myself that I would only use on my own cars, but I just kept expanding upon that pile and getting the right parts for this car. I mean, I went as far as getting date-coated seat material and had it stitched for the car. Has an NOS drive shaft in it, just NOS seat tracks, just an insane amount of original parts that I don't feel could ever be duplicated if it needed to be done again today. I contacted the owner of the dealership at the time frame that the car was there for sale, and we became friends, and he was able to find an original dealership license plate frame that would have been on the car originally, and also a dealership nameplate, which are on the car today. Another thing I liked about the car was its complete and original condition. The exterior body had no rot on it whatsoever, and the only rot to speak of was a small area of the floor pan, just from sitting in storage for so many years. The car has some nice options on it. It has the wood grain wheel, road wheels, console, and a factory tic-toc tack. The restoration took about 2 years, but the wait was well worth it. The end product was just phenomenal. It's won top awards at all events that it's gone to, including Concours d'Elegance. The Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals is the best Dodge, and there were 3 or 4 other Daytonas there that had won other awards. I truly feel that with all the parts and the quality of restoration on this car, without ego, I could say that this is the best restored Daytona out there. While all the cars I own are rare and different and special for some reason or other, I realize that it's become time to let them go. And that'll be happening this January at Mecum Kissimmee auction.